Hey guys, welcome back to another story of Galaxy After Man. Today we are talking about the Hive, Part 2. I'm real excited, so take a seat, relax, and welcome to Galaxy After Man. Across every form of communication within the Hive, the Queen Mother herself announced the news that on this day, 2204.07.29, a colony ship was to be built, and the Hive members prepared for one of the greatest journeys ever taken within their history. The job of the crew is to colonize the world of Susta 3. This huge news would reshape the idea of the future for the Hive. Here, now, they can not only travel into the beautiful galaxy, but just maybe they can build a new home on another world. Joy and excitement would spread across the whole Hive, infecting all caste. This spread was so infectious that some joked it was worse than the Black Mold Plague from over 300 years ago. While the Hive celebrates, not long after, odd news reaches us about a strange signal call. Most weird of all is that the signal is similar to ours, coming from the world of Kamigi 8. Strange yet, in fact, no one has ever set foot on this world before. This world is lifeless, barren, frozen, and holds a toxic atmosphere, so deadly no life forms could survive longer than a single minute. But after some study, it was found that the signal was a distress call from a crashed alien ship buried deep under a frozen lake. No life forms were seen. However, the mystery of why and what happened to the ship and its crew only deepens. With many mysteries popping up, the surprise that the colony ship is ready to depart Fungera and travel to their new home was great news. A massive vote was held, and it was to determine what the name of the colony ship would be, and it was decided the ship would be named simply Hope. Celebrations were held all over the planet, large feasts were had, and parties thrown. As the colony ship would leave and enter the void of space, days would pass, but finally, on 2206.06.06, the colony ship would report that it made it to the planet safely. Also reported would be the good news that the ship even found a large open area within the jungle to be able perfect place to set up their colony. The massive ship would be turned into a command center, and its engines would be turned into temporary power cores to supply the colony with much needed energy. Large extra parts of the ship would be broken down to be put back together as tents and primitive homes. Warriors, crushers, and spitters would be stationed in the outer parts of the colony to stand guard against any hostile forms of life that may threaten the new hives. However, this world would be more peaceful than the world they evolved on. With jungles being cleared and crops planted, the queens would start their own hives, with cities being built very quickly. As new drones and warriors are born, with communication held between the two worlds and the plan to keep in touch, reports would be shared of the progress made on Susta 3, and soon a video would be shared of the first egg to hatch. As a small, defenseless drone breaks its amber-colored egg, all of the hive would rejoice. This signal video would prove to all that the whole species has strength as a people and have the ability to claim the stars as their home. After some time, another world would be found, the world of Wanya 3. Yet another lush world with vast oceans. Soon even more stories of planets with life on them travel through all media for everyone to see. a world named Gat 2, just another example of a planet covered in endless thick jungles with massive oceans miles deep, with our science crew even being startled by a flock of massive flying creatures with wingspans over a mile in diameter. The world of Gat 2 was so perfect, with fertile land, clean water, and pure air, along with being rich in ore. The world was changed to Gat Prime and colonized on 2207.11.10, with so many worlds covered in life, ranging from single cells to behemoths standing taller than fungus trees. Life was not so rare in the galaxy, and it was beautiful. With another colony set up and media traveling through the Empire, nothing seemed impossible for the Hive. And to celebrate this, a new science ship was created and sent with its crew to travel even further through the galaxy. This new state-of-the-art ship was far more advanced than others before. It was named Will, with the Wanya star system having a habitable world and the Hive's desperate need for new resources, an effort is being made to colonize Wanya 3. Across space, in a newly formed and explored system called Arenis, an asteroid field was found. Believed to be like every other before it, it was studied and proven to be poor in valuable metals. Yet, it was almost forgotten till the science drones were amazed to find a supply of strange energy crystals. These crystals have properties unlike any other and could, in theory, be used to power the most advanced of technology, or simply as a highly powerful energy source to power a whole planet. With this new discovery, an effort must be made to control the NRS system. The crystals would be named Arenis gems. Not only would the gems be filled with raw energy, but also glow a toxic-looking green color. And after some time, another colony was formed on Enderman 5. Queens were quick with the help of their worker drones to build hives so they can create more eggs. However, the colony could not help themselves but admire the lovely world of Enderman 5. Being on the planet, they get to enjoy a gorgeous planetary ring in the sky, visible day, and most pure of all, at night. And on 2222.09.11, the planet Gemerol was colonized. It was seen as the jewel of all the planets so far. Named after the massive gems and crystals that covered its surface, it was a world of thick jungles, windswept forests and plains, harsh deserts, great seas, and frozen ice poles. Life on Gemerol was advanced for alien life. Life on this level was never seen before, and has hardly been seen even on Fungera, an ancient world itself. With its seemings, the arms race of predator and prey on this planet have been going on for a long time, resulting in some truly unique forms of life. While all this great news of not just a growing hive, but a thriving empire finally taking shape would fill each and every member of the heat bugs with a feeling of pure hope. With a few worlds fully colonized, such as the planet Sosta 3, Gemerol, Edmund 5, Gat Prime, to even Wanya 3, all fully productive and self-sustaining members of the Greater Hive, being all connected in constant communication and trade with one another. It would truly link together all the worlds. Excitement and the feeling of achievement would fill the hearts of all heat bugs and drones to even queens. Reports of massive herds of fung walkers being tended to by drones in order to supply critically needed food on the planet Gat Prime would be a huge relief. And the production of fungus on Wanya 3 from the endless bioluminescent fields of biostalks, glowing a bright, refreshing blue, would cover untold acres of land. Great factories would smelt freshly harvested metals on Edmund 5 to produce civilian goods of all kinds. And finally, on Gemerald, countless herds of meat bugs would thrive and be farmed. With the mix of trade and self-sustainability, the Hive would now enter its golden age, with now endless food, high-quality consumer goods, to even the end of tensions as queens and empresses are spread evenly across the Hive's territory, so there is little feeling of competition. And most reported of all, a line of small toys for children so advanced that it could be mistaken for magic with its sheer advancement. While the Hive celebrates and rejoices its hard-earned victories, a small problem would surface. Word is Mother's Faith, the science ship commanded by the at this point legendary Chief Science Drone 49, tells a story of how they went into an asteroid field. Then out of nowhere, they were teleported to an unknown void of space. But they were not alone. Countless warships surrounded them. And then, within 5 minutes, before communication could be had with the strange ships, just like that, the science ship was returned back to the asteroid field, unharmed. This news was taken very strongly, and the Queen Mother herself ordered an army to be raised, one to defend the Hive from any danger. Across the worlds of the Hive, many factories would be built in order to produce tanks, space fighters, and even warships. But on Fungera, the most advanced warship would be built, put into a new class known as Mother's Spear. These warships are on a scale never before built by the heat bugs. The first ship, known as Fungera's Will, would be nearly fully built, its size dwarfing all other ships within the Hive. Fungera's Will was the length of 3 miles. Countless newly invented plasma weapons would cover the ship. The armor hull of this colossus is a blend of browns and bronze color. Yet, the ship would not forget the designs of its smaller counterparts. It would contain the ability to hold countless fighter crafts in order to swarm any danger. But as an added layer of defense for itself, it has a newly invented shield around it. While weak and primitive, it just adds another layer of defense. This ship is so massive, it contains a whole hive of its own, commanded by an empress and its crew dedicated to maintaining the ship and manning all its stations and fighter craft complement. While the ship orbits the capital of the Hive, Fungera itself, another small classes of warships would be built, known as Queen's Daggers. While only a half a mile in length, they are still formidable ships. The excitement of the galaxy would also never waver, and all across the Hive, stories would be told of amazing discoveries, from new worlds teeming with life, to even the story of how in Sosta's system, the Sosta 3 world has a strange mystery. The world's moon was not made of the same rock and metal as its planet. It's believed the moon was formed somewhere else and then trapped in the planet's gravity field. Or maybe it was even placed. But how or why, or most of all by who, is unknown. And in other news that was shared to help fuel the excitement is the strange mining station that was discovered and the cracks of a massive asteroid field in the system Apocra. But at the same time, reports tell of how unknown structures are floating in the skies of a gas giant called Uranus 9. The excitement of the galaxy never stops. And now, on 2211.01.07, Fungera's will would be fully built, along with its fleet of 12 smaller Queen's Daggers support warships and their respective crew. With this new golden age within the Hive only grows, as more worlds are colonized and the lives of all castes grow in quality. All heat bugs are united like never before. It is seen as the heat bugs are not united simply by the linked hive mind, but rather a true unity of the species and a desire of wanting a better life not just for themselves, but for all within the grand nation. But as all celebrate, an ancient enemy would rise, a truly evil foe who has plunged Fungera into countless years of war in the past. This reformed enemy has not been seen for many years, but now it has returned and demands nothing but absolute bloody victory.